That blue and yellow can of WD-40 sitting in your garage might be the most useful thing you own, or it might be quietly destroying parts of your car right now because you're using it for the exact jobs it was never made to do. And here's the wild part, almost everybody gets this backwards. They spray it on the things it ruins and they never use it for the things it's genuinely brilliant at, the things that can save you hundreds, even thousands in repairs without ever setting foot in a mechanic's shop. So today I'm going to fix that completely. I'll show you the 3 places you should never spray WD-40 on your car, and one of them is a genuine safety hazard that's put people in the hospital. Then I'll show you what it's actually a miracle worker for, the emergency trick that can get you driving again when your car dies in a puddle, and the one simple 2-step combo that separates people who know what they're doing from people who just spray and pray. Stick around, because that combo at the end is the difference between fixing a squeak for a day and fixing it for good, and almost nobody knows it. Let's get into it. But first, I have to clear up the one misunderstanding that causes every single mistake people make with this stuff, and once you get it, everything else makes sense. Here it is. WD-40 is not really a lubricant. I know, the can is practically famous as the lubricant, but that's not what it was built to be. The WD literally stands for water displacement. It was invented to push water off metal and stop rust. It's a water displacer, a light penetrant and a cleaner with just a little bit of temporary lubrication thrown in. And that word, temporary, is the key to everything. It flashes on, does its thing, and then evaporates away. It does not stick around and keep lubricating like real grease or oil does. Burn that into your brain, because it explains every do and every don't coming up. So let's start with the don'ts, the places people spray it that actually cause damage. Don't number 1, and this is the big one. Never spray WD-40 on your engine's drive belt. You know the one, that long ribbed rubber belt at the front of your engine, the serpentine belt that drives your alternator, your power steering, your water pump, your AC. When it starts squealing, the number 1 thing people do is grab the WD-40 and hose it down. And yeah, the squeak stops for about a day. And you've just made a genuinely expensive mistake for 2 reasons. First, that belt is designed to run bone dry. It works by gripping its pulleys through friction. The second you make it slippery, it starts to slip instead of grip, which means your alternator, power steering and water pump aren't spinning at full speed anymore. Slipping belt, weak charging, poor steering assist and a water pump that isn't cooling properly. Second, and this is the part that really costs you, WD-40 is petroleum based and petroleum degrades rubber. So you're not just making the belt slip today, you're breaking down the rubber and shortening its life. People have had belts glaze, crack and shred because they sprayed them. But here's the most important part, and it's why this can save you real money. That squeal was trying to tell you something. A squealing belt almost always means the belt is worn out, or it's loose, or the automatic tensioner is weak, or a pulley bearing is going, or something's leaked oil onto it. Those are real problems. Spray WD-40 on it and you don't fix any of them. You just hide the warning light, so to speak, and keep driving toward the moment that belt snaps. And when a serpentine belt lets go on the road, you instantly lose your charging and your power steering and your water pump, and you're stranded, possibly with an overheating engine. So do not silence that squeal with a spray. Inspect the belt, check the tensioner and replace what's worn. If you absolutely must quiet it as a temporary diagnostic, there's a proper product called belt dressing made for that, but honestly, even that just masks it. The squeal is a gift, don't spray over it. Don't number 2, and this one is a straight up safety issue, never spray WD-40 on your tyres. People do it to make the tyres look shiny and black and new, and it does for a little while. But think about what your tyres do. They are the only 4 patches of rubber connecting your entire car to the road, and they work by gripping through friction. WD-40 is a petroleum-based product with lubricating properties, so you're putting a slippery substance on the one thing that absolutely must not be slippery. Get it on the tread or let it migrate onto the tread from the sidewall and you lose grip, in cornering, in braking, in the wet, exactly when you can least afford it. This is even more dangerous on a motorcycle where the edges of the tread do the work in a corner. A little slippery spray there and you can lose the whole bike. And on top of the grip danger, that petroleum base degrades and prematurely ages the rubber. If you want that clean, shiny look, use an actual tyre dressing made for rubber. It looks great, it protects against UV cracking, and crucially, it's formulated not to kill your grip. Never WD-40 on tyres. Don't number 3, the sneaky one. Never use WD-40 to polish your paint. Spray it on your paintwork, buff it off, and the car gleams. It looks incredible, especially in photos. And that is exactly why this is a scam you need to know about. Shady used car sellers do this trick to make a tired, faded car look mint for the listing photos and the test drive. Because here's the catch, it's not a polish and it's not a protectant. That shine fades away within weeks, and then the faded, neglected paint underneath is right back. And if you ever want to properly repaint or treat that panel, all that oily residue has to be stripped off first. So 2 lessons here. If you're buying a used car and the paint looks suspiciously glossy and slick, be suspicious. It might be hiding a worn-out finish. And don't do this to your own car thinking you're protecting it. You're not. You're just faking a shine for a few weeks. Use a real wax or sealant that actually protects. Okay, now the good stuff, because this is where WD-40 genuinely earns a permanent place in your car and saves you money. Remember what it actually is: a water displacer, a penetrant, and a rust fighter, so play to those strengths. Genuine use number 1, and it's the original purpose: displacing water. This is the emergency trick I promised, and it can get you out of real trouble. Say you drive through a deep puddle or a flooded patch, or you got a bit carried away pressure washing your engine bay, and suddenly the engine sputters, misfires, or won't run right because water's gotten onto the electrical bits. This is the moment WD-40 was born for. Spray it over the damp electrical connections and components, and it pushes the water off and out, breaking up that moisture so the electrics can work again. This is exactly why I keep one of those little travel-size cans in the boot of every car I own, because a $2 can might be the thing that gets you running again when you're stranded miles from anywhere with a soaked engine. That alone can save you a tow and a very bad day. Genuine use number 2, freeing rusty, seized bolts and nuts. This is where that penetrating ability shines. You've got an old, rusted solid bolt that will not budge no matter how hard you lean on it, and forcing it risks snapping it off, which turns a simple job into a nightmare. Instead, soak it in WD-40 and walk away. Give it a few hours, or overnight if you're in no rush. It creeps into the rusted threads and breaks up the corrosion, and often that bolt that wouldn't move an inch will come loose. It saves you from snapped bolts, drilled out threads, and a lot of swearing. For truly brutal, badly rusted fasteners, there are dedicated heavy-duty penetrating oils that work even better, but WD-40 handles the everyday stuff really well. Genuine use number 3, preventing rust in the first place. This is a big one depending on where you live. If you're somewhere they salt the roads in winter, or anywhere near the coast where salty air eats metal, that salt is relentlessly corroding the underside of your car, the suspension, the wheel wells, the bare metal bits. A protective coating of WD-40 sprayed over those vulnerable areas helps fend off that corrosion. Folks in snowy regions buy the big cans and coat their undercarriage before winter. People near the sea do the same against the salt air. Just remember, it's not permanent. You'll need to reapply periodically as it wears and washes off. But as cheap rust insurance on metal, it genuinely works. And a handy tip: the cans with a little bendy extension straw are gold for getting up into the wheel wells and awkward spots underneath. Now, locks. And I'll be honest with you here because this one is genuinely debated and I want to give you the real picture, not a lazy answer. If you've got an older car with a physical key and the lock or ignition is getting stiff and sticky, a lot of people, including plenty of old school mechanics, will tell you a shot of WD-40 frees it right up and that it won't harm the electronics in an ignition switch. Their reasoning is actually solid. The traditional lock lubricant is graphite powder, but graphite can build up and eventually clog a lock, whereas WD-40 doesn't cake up like that. So that camp has a real point. But here's the honest other side. Because WD-40 isn't a lasting lubricant and can leave a slight residue, in hot, dusty climates, that residue can attract grit over time and gum the lock up. So the purist's choice for long-term lock lubrication is a dedicated lock lubricant or a dry graphite. My honest take: To quickly free a sticky lock, WD-40 works fine and won't hurt anything. For a lock you want to keep buttery smooth for years, finish with a proper lock lubricant. Either way you're fine, just know the trade-off. And that brings me to the single most important principle in this whole video. The two-step combo that almost nobody does, and the thing that separates a real fix from a temporary one. Here it is. Use WD-40 to clean, free and displace. Then use a proper lubricant to actually lubricate. Because WD-40 evaporates, if you spray it on a squeaky door hinge or a dry bushing, the squeak comes back in a few days, and you're spraying it again and again forever. So do it right. Hit the rusty, stiff, squeaky hinge or moving part with WD-40 first to clean it up and free it. Wipe off the excess and then follow up with an actual lasting lubricant like a silicone spray or white lithium grease, which clings on and keeps lubricating for the long haul. WD-40 is the cleaner and the starter. The silicone or grease is the finisher. Do both and that squeak is gone for good instead of coming back next week. Miss that second step and you'll be chasing the same squeak for the rest of the car's life. So let's put it all together, because it's genuinely simple once you understand what this can really is. WD-40 is a water displacer, a penetrant and a rust fighter, not a lasting lubricant. So never spray it on your drive belt because you'll cause slip, degrade the rubber and hide a warning that could leave you stranded. Never spray it on your tires because grip is everything and it kills grip and ages the rubber. And never use it to fake polish your paint because that shine is temporary and it's the oldest trick in the Shady Seller book. But do keep a can for displacing water in a wet engine emergency, for freeing seized rusty bolts and for protecting metal from salt and corrosion. Use it on sticky locks, knowing the trade-off. And above all, remember the golden rule. Clean and free it with WD-40, then lubricate it with the real thing. That one habit will fix more squeaks, save more parts, and keep more money in your pocket than anything else you do with that can. That's the difference between someone who sprays that can at everything and hopes, and someone who knows exactly what it's for. Now you're the second person, and your car will last longer for it. If this changed how you'll use that can in your garage, do me a favour and subscribe. And drop a comment telling me the craziest thing you've ever used WD-40 for, because I know some of you have stories. And don't miss the next one, where I go through the cheap products that actually protect your car and the expensive ones that are a total waste of money, so you spend your cash only where it counts. Water, rust and stuck bolts, yes. Belts, tyres and paint, never. And always clean with WD-40, then lubricate with the real thing. That's how one cheap can saves you thousands.